Students, I welcome you all to Geography period where we are discussing our chapter 3 from Geography, that is drainage. In our previous period we have discussed about the drainage pattern, what is the concept of drainage pattern and what type of drainage pattern are found in the country or in our India. And then we have also discussed about one of the important Himalayan river, that is the Indus River. So first of all, in drainage pattern we have seen that there are four drainage pattern which is found in the country. Before that, drainage pattern means when a river system they develop such type of forms or structure in its own basin, then we call it as a drainage pattern. And in India, four types of drainage pattern are very common, that is dendritic pattern, then trellis pattern, rectangular pattern and radial pattern. So first one is dendritic pattern, which resembles like a branch of a tree, and it follows the slope of the land. The river, the channels follow the slope of the land. Then we got the next one, that is trellis pattern. In trellis pattern, the tributaries that join the main river at 90-degree, and also the tributaries that flows parallel to each other. Okay, then another one, the next one is the rectangular pattern, which basically develop over the strongly jointed rocks, and they looks like a rectangular shape because the streams and tributaries, they are joining each other and making at meeting at each other at 90-degree, and they resembles like a rectangular kind of shape. Then the fourth one, we have radial pattern, where the rivers that originate from a high land and they flows through all the directions. Number of rivers, they flows to all the directions from a hilltop, or we can say from a peak, and they may form different other forms after they go out from the hilltop. So basically, when from a hill peak or hilltop, from different direction river flows out, then it is known as radial pattern. So that's all about the pattern which we have learned. Then we have learned about the Indus River, which is one of the important river as well as one of the longest river, along with its length, that is 2900 kilometer. So Indus basically originates in Mansarovar Lake in Tibetan region, then it enters to Ladakh district of Jammu and Kashmir. It is joined by a few tributaries in Jammu Kashmir like Nubra, Shyok, Hunja. Then it flows to the through the Pakistan, and there are five important Panjnad, which is known as five important tributaries of Indus, which include Rabi, Bees, Jhelum, Chenab and Satluj, and these five tributaries are known as Panjnad. Nad means river, Panch means five. So this Panchnath or these five rivers, they join the Indus River at Mithankot near Pakistan, and then they flow southward, and then they join the Arabian Sea. So that is what we have discussed in our previous period, where we were discussing the Himalayan river system, and there are three important or three major river system of Himalayas. One was the which we already have discussed, Indus. Number two is Ganga, and number three is Brahmaputra. And before we start Ganga, we discussed about Indus, right? In our previous period, there was one topic which was mentioned in the Indus River, that is Indus Water Treaty. I think you remember that one. According to India can utilize the water according to the Indus Water Treaty. So what is Indus Water Treaty? We will learn about that before we start the characteristics of river Ganga. So in today's period we shall be discussing about the what is the concept of Indus Treaty, and then Indus Water Treaty, sorry, and another one is what are various characteristics of river Ganga, being a major river of Himalayas. Let's see what does Indus Treaty is. So Indus Treaty is a water distribution treaty. Treaty means already you know, a kind of agreement. So Indus Water Treaty is a water distribution treaty between India and Pakistan, brokered by World Bank. It is looked after by the World Bank to use the water available in the Indus system of river. Then the Indus Water Treaty was signed in Karachi Okay, it was signed in Karachi, which is a part of Pakistan now. Karachi on 19 September 1960 by Jawaharlal Nehru, then Prime Minister of our India, and Ayub Khan, who was the President of Pakistan, President of Pakistan. Then, according to this treaty, water of the six rivers, that is Beas, Ravi, Satluj, Indus, Chenab, and Jhelum. Basically, Indus is the main river, and others are the tributaries of the Indus, which join the Indus River, but including, as because it separately flows previously, later on, the Indus is being joined by the other rivers. So these six rivers were to be shared between the two countries, that is Pakistan and India. So control over the three eastern rivers, if you see in the map, if you have the map, I'll just show you. Yeah, yeah, just see this three, that is Satluj, Ravi, and Chenab. Okay, so these three rivers, Beas, Ravi, and Satluj, was given to India. Beas, Ravi, and Satluj were given to India, and the other three, that is rest out is what, Chenab, Jhelum, and then Indus, it was given to the Pakistan. Okay, and India can only use 20% of the water of Indus. According to the treaty, India can use only 20% of its water, of Indus River's water, for maybe for irrigation, for transport, power, and power generation as well. So for various purposes, India can use 20% according to the Indus Water Treaty signed in 1960. So next we are going to discuss about the Ganga basin or Ganga river system. First of all, you check the map. It is showing the blue color one, the greenish one is the Ganga basin. Okay, so you can see from the world India map also the which part it is. So it is the Ganga basin which is showing, that is originating from Uttarakhand and discharging its water through West Bengal to the Bay of Bengal. Okay, so this is the Ganga river. Okay, Ganga basin, I'm taking it out separately from the point. So here you can see here you can see one thing, that this is the original point of river Ganga. At the very top you can see that two streams, head streams, that is one is Bhagirathi, another one is Alakananda. Did you see on the map? So Alakananda and Bhagirathi are the two main head streams of the river Ganga. The head stream of river Ganga, yeah, so the headwaters or head streams of river Ganga are called Bhagirathi, which is fed by Gangotri Glacier and joined by Alakananda at Devaprayag in Uttarakhand. So main two head streams are Bhagirathi and Alakananda. So first Bhagirathi originates from which glacier? It is Gangotri Glacier in the Uttarkashi district of Uttarakhand, and then it is joined by another head stream, that is Alakananda at Devaprayag. So one mark question can be asked, where does the river Bhagirathi and Bhagirathi and Alakananda meets? It is at Devaprayag in Uttarakhand. Okay, and then another question is that from which glacier does the river Ganga or Bhagirathi originate? So it is from the Gangotri Glacier. Then Ganga meets the tributaries from Himalayas such as Ghagra, Gandak, and Koshi. There are various tributaries which are joined from Himalayan region, as well as there are some major even Yamuna also, which is one of the important tributary and longest tributary of river Ganga, which is originating from Himalaya only, and then it joins Ganga at Allahabad. Okay, and it is one of the longest tributary of river Ganga, and then it is arising in Yamunotri Glacier. And other tributaries which are joining river Ganga from peninsular uplands are Betwa, Son, Chambal. I'll just show you on the map. You can see from the one which is Yamuna, you might have seen. So starting from Yamuna, it is the the upper one is the main river Ganga. If you see, the upper one is the Himalayan rivers, and from down whatever it is joining, such as like Chambal, Sindh, then Betwa, Ken, Ton, Son. These are peninsular rivers, peninsular tributaries which are joining river Ganga. And Himalayan rivers which are joining river Ganga are Ramaganga, then Gomti, then Ghagra, then Gandak, then Koshi. You can see in the upper part, you can see the red color. So those are the Himalayan rivers. The upper one are all Himalayan rivers which are tributaries which are joining river Ganga, and down one are the peninsular tributaries of Ganga. Okay, then and Yamuna is the important tributary because it is the longest one, and it is rightmost tributary, because left bank and right bank is what, if you see the red color Ganga which is written here, so if you stand from this side, because Ganga is flowing in this direction, so you have to stand in this side, so that side will be left tributaries, left bank tributaries, and this side will be the right bank tributaries. So Yamuna is a right bank tributaries because it is flowing in like this, and that side we have the left bank and this side we have the right bank, though it is looking like left bank, but if we see from the original point of the river Ganga, this side will be right bank and that side will be left bank. So Yamuna is the right bank tributary, and left bank tributaries are Ramaganga, then Gomti, Ghagra, then Gandak, Koshi. These are left bank tributaries, and right bank tributaries include the Yamuna, then Chambal, Sindh, the Betwa, Ken, Son, etc. are the right bank tributaries, because you have to see the original point and you have to assume yourself you are standing in the original point, and this side will be right bank and that side will be left bank. But looking into the picture, when we are looking face to face, it looks like that side is right bank and this side is left bank, but that is opposite. Okay, please consider that from the original point only. Then we have next one, you can see the Ganga, where it is flowing from Uttarakhand, and it's flowing through Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh, then it is from Bihar, West Bengal it is flowing from. Okay, so these are the states through which river Ganga, main river Ganga flows. Okay, then Farakka in West Bengal is the northernmost point of the Ganga delta. So you can see in the picture Farakka. I think this is the Farakka. So this is the northernmost. Sorry. Oh, shit. Sorry. Yeah. You can just see this map. Here Farakka point you have seen, I guess. So from Farakka, this is the northernmost point of the Ganga delta. So from Farakka, what happened is that the river Ganga, it is subdivided or distributed into two. One goes south, that is Hooghly Bhagirathi, and another goes towards the Bangladesh, and that one is known as Padma. So once the river Ganga enters to Bangladesh, it is known as Padma river. Okay, and the other part of the Ganga river which get distributed from the Farakka point, the southern one, it is known as Hooghly or Hooghly Bhagirathi, and the other part from the Farakka point, you might have seen it is branched out into two. One is flowing towards Bangladesh, so Bangladesh one is known as Padma, and the one which flows down of West Bengal, that is known as Hooghly Bhagirathi. All right, and then Brahmaputra river which joins river Ganga, you can see. So Brahmaputra, while it enters to Bangladesh, it is known as Jamuna. So Brahmaputra or Jamuna that joins river Ganga or Padma at Bangladesh, and after that they are known as Meghna. So after joining river Brahmaputra in Bangladesh, the southernmost part, the water of the both the river, that is Brahmaputra and water of Ganga, when they meet at the point in Bangladesh and when they flow southward, then it is known as Meghna. Okay, both the rivers, when they join, after joining they become one, and that one river is known as Meghna in Bangladesh. Okay, then they discharge its water to the Bay of Bengal. Okay, forming the largest delta, that is called, what is the name? I think you might be knowing, Sundarban Delta. Okay, so that is the delta which is formed by river Ganga and Brahmaputra after joining in Bangladesh when it flows down and discharges water to Bay of Bengal. All right. So, Farakka is the point, southern northernmost point of the Ganga Delta. That is just starting, and Ganga is joined by Brahmaputra and forms River Meghna. As I said, when River Brahmaputra joins River Ganga in Bangladesh, and they are known as Meghna, and flows through Bangladesh and reach the Bay of Bengal. And the delta formed when the Ganga and Brahmaputra flows into the Bay of Bengal is known as Sundarban Delta, and the length of the Ganga River is about 2500 kilometer, and it develops large meanders in the downstream plain areas. Meanders means the wave like structure when it follows while flowing, that is known as meanders. So river Ganga flows in a like meanders. You can see river Ganga, if you see various like small uh, web like structures are being found, though it is small in the map, but actually they are large meanders which are being formed while flowing to the Bay of Bengal. Okay, so that is all about the river Ganga. It originates in Uttarakhand, where it is mainly by two headstreams, Bhagirathi and Alakananda. Bhagirathi is the original point which originates from Gangotri Glacier. Then it is joined by river Alakananda or stream Alakananda at Devaprayag, and then they flows through different states like Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh, then Bihar, then West Bengal. And then some of the right bank or Himalayan tributaries, some of the Himalayan tributaries of river Ganga are Yamuna, Ghagra, Gandak, Tista, Kosi, etc. are the Himalayan tributaries. And peninsular tributaries includes Chambal, Betwa, Son, okay. And then these are some of the peninsular tributaries. And if we consider the right bank tributaries, then we have to include Yamuna also, though it is a Himalayan river, but it is a right bank tributary. So right bank tributary include Yamuna, Chambal, Betwa, Son, etc. And left bank tributaries include Ghagra, Gandak, Kosi, Tista, etc. Sorry, not Tista, Kosi, up to Kosi. Don't include Tista. Tista is the tributary of river Brahmaputra. Sorry. So Gandak, Kosi, etc. And then it flows to Farakka towards the eastward direction. From Farakka, it takes southwards direction. From Farakka, which is the northernmost point of the Ganga Delta. Okay, so from Farakka, it gets distributed, or it has two distributaries, or it gets split into two streams. One flows southward, which is known as Ganga, that is Hugli Bhagirathi, and the other part which flows to Bangladesh is known as Padma. And when Padma in Bangladesh is joined by river Brahmaputra, then they become Meghna, and they flow southward through Bangladesh to Bay of Bengal, and then they make the world's one of the largest delta, that is Sundarban Delta. So that is all about for today's class. Please go through the points, use the map while trying to understand the points. Please relate with the map. Okay, thank you so much, students.